episode 457 of 360 Wrestling Fanatic. Tonight we'll be talking about episodes of WWE Friday Night SmackDown and AEW Rampage. Right here, right now, 360 Wrestling Fanatic. Hey Wrestling Fanatics, welcome everyone to tonight's episode of the podcast 360 Wrestling Fanatic. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Lance Brock. Hope everyone had a great Friday today. And let's get right into it. Like I said at that little preview at the top of the episode, they're probably going to just be quick recaps, but let's get started with tonight's WWE Friday Night SmackDown from New Orleans, Louisiana. Our commentators tonight, Michael Cole and Wade Barrett. Tonight in the United States Championship Invitational, the finals, Santos Escobar and Rey Mysterio face off, and this one sees apparent injury to Rey Mysterio. It stopped and Escobar gets the win. What I have seen so far is that luckily the injury is just a part of the angle. And also, L.A. Knight defeated Ashante Adonis. And before the match, Hit Row cut a short, quick heel promo on the city before L.A. Knight interrupted him. And Bianca Belair and Charlotte Flair defeated Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green. Karrion Kross defeated Carl Anderson. And in the main event of this week's Friday Night SmackDown, Jey Uso defeated Grayson Waller, but then was attacked by his brother Solo Sikoa and his cousin, the undisputed Universal Champion Roman Reigns. So that was tonight's WWE SmackDown. Not too bad of an episode. Before going into next week, which will be the go-home show before the SummerSlam. And I don't know why I'm not sure why I said the SummerSlam. I apologize for that, but not too bad. Sorry for quick recaps also, and no ratings. Hopefully this is just a one episode thing where I don't have any of the ring bell ratings. Hopefully the ring bell ratings will return tomorrow night with the recap of AEW Saturday Collision. And speaking of AEW, tonight AEW Rampage. We start off with the Tag Team Battle Royal to determine the number one contenders for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. And it is won by Big Bill and Brian Cage. It was down to them and the Butcher and the Blade. Not a bad Tag Battle Royal here. And the Kingdom, Matt Taven and Mike Bennett, with Maria Kanellis in their corner, defeated Hayden Backlund and Myung Jae Lee. And Commander defeated Kip Sabian. This was a pretty good match. And in the main event, Hikaru Shida defeated the Native Beast Nyla Rose. And then after this match, we found out that this Wednesday night on Dynamite 200, Shida will get an AEW Women's Championship match against Toni Storm. That's all this Wednesday night on the 200th episode of AEW Dynamite. So between the two shows tonight, SmackDown and Rampage had some pretty good wrestling. I wouldn't say anything real spectacular, but nothing too bad either. And there's a report that Vince McMahon underwent spinal surgery. He will be 78 next month. And this Monday is the premiere of the new Cody Rhodes documentary on Peacock. So we'll have to check that out. And that's all about the news I got for tonight's episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic. Once again, thank you everyone for tuning in tonight. And remember, if you have any questions or comments, or you can leave your feedback on tonight's SmackDown or AEW Rampage, or give your predictions for this Sunday's NXT Great American Bash as well. Or you can even start sending in your predictions for SummerSlam if you want. And all the social media, Instagram 360 Wrestling Podcast, and Facebook 360 Wrestling Podcast as well. And I don't know if it's called Twitter still or if it's called X now, but whichever it's called now, at 360 Wrestling Pod. I have no idea what's going on there, but whatever it's called now, you can follow us there. And also, if you have a company or business you would like to advertise on 360 Wrestling Podcasts, you can just email 360wrestlingpodcast@gmail.com. I hope we can work something out, and I'll try to do a good ad read for you right here on the podcast. And once again, 360wrestlingpodcast@gmail.com. That's the email. And I hope to have a new episode tomorrow night of 360 Wrestling Fanatic right after AEW Saturday Collision with a much better recap than tonight. But I will be back tomorrow morning for the Saturday episode of Good Morning Wrestling Fans to preview tomorrow's episode of Collision. Once again, thank you everyone for tuning in tonight. And until tomorrow morning, I am Lance and I am a wrestling fanatic.